Greetings, Pastor Michael. Today is July 7th, and I have a reading from Narcotics Anonymous just for today. God in each other is the topic. It's a Step 12 themed reading, and it hits home. I like it. It's very reflective and meditative, gets us to thinking, and also gets us real emotional. And that's okay. Got to be that way every once in a while. So let's get started with the reading. One aspect of our spiritual awakening comes through the new understanding of our higher power that we develop by sharing another addict's recovery. This is found on page 187. We'll follow on the reading in basic text, page 52. We heard it said that we often see God most clearly in one another. We see the truth of this when we practice our 12th step. When we carry the recovery message to another addict, we sense the presence of a power greater than ourselves. And as we watch the message take hold, we realize something else. It is the message that brings recovery, not the messenger. A higher power, not our own power, is the source of the change that begins when we carry the message to the still suffering addict. As the message does its work, transforming the life of another addict, we see a higher power in action. We watch as acceptance and hope replaces denial and despair. Before our very eyes, the first traces of honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness begin to appear. Something's happening inside this person, something bigger and more powerful than either of us. We are watching the God we come to understand at work in someone's life. We see the higher power in them, and we know that greater certainty than ever that this higher power is in us too, driving the force of our recovery. Just for today, as I carry the message of recovery to other addicts, I will try to pay attention to the power behind the message. Today, as I watch other addicts recover, I will try to recognize the God in them so I can better recognize the God in myself. It's appropriate at this time to review Narcotics Anonymous Step 12, and it is following. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to addicts and to practice these principles in all our affairs. As we all know, this is a very important step. Now, we're going to find that in Narcotics Anonymous Step 12, the spiritual principle at work is service. And if we review our spiritual principles for each step, we recall that at Step 1, we have honesty. Step 2, hope. Step 3, faith. Step 4, courage. Step 5, integrity. Step 6, willingness. Step 7, humility. Step 8, love for one another. Step 9, justice. Step 10, perseverance. Step 11, spirituality. And now we are arriving at step 12, the one we're working today, service. This reading has led to very intense, spontaneous, and emotional discussion in the group. If you can be here with us, that's fantastic. But if you are unable to be here, please join us, because what you have to contribute and say, whatever is on your mind, is important and it's meaningful to us. So please open your email program, and the address you want to email to reach us is minister@spiritofpeace.us. In the subject line, please put NA or Narcotics Anonymous, something that would identify the moment that we're sharing right now. And in the body of the email, put whatever it is that prompts you to communicate with us. What you have to say is important. As soon as we receive it, we're going to be working on returning that message to you. Now, our music ministry, whenever possible, likes to research and find a song that'll just fit in. And here on the 12th step, the song that they have found is Home by Blue October. You'll be able to find the link to the music on our website, that would be our email address. The website would be spiritofpeace.us. And you would navigate to or search for Narcotics Anonymous and today's date. You could also find us on Facebook, Spirit of Peace, and you can go to our page, Spirit on the A's. We arrive with the concept that in recovery, walking the walk is immeasurably more valuable than talking the talk, because for some people it is the difference between life and death. Walking the walk also comprises the oral tradition that you can't keep it unless you give it away, and that's referring to recovery. Meaning, being of service to others is vital, not only to the success of the program as a whole, but to everyone's recovery. Plus, let's face it, it feels good. In the words of Blue October, whose members in the band are in recovery themselves, comes the statement, "What a glow when you're living truth." At this time, it's really appropriate to pray to our higher power. Dear God, thank you for being with us. You've come a long way with us. You've guided us through these steps. And now we arrive at step 12 in this reading. Please send us the Spirit to keep us where we need to be emotionally, spiritually, in our heads, in our minds, in our body, in our soul, in step with you, doing what we can to carry this message to other addicts. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you for being with us today and sharing this. We look forward to meeting with you in the future. God bless you.